Single people like Nick explore the world, while attached people like Thomas argue over what's for dinner. So why are you stuck in your boring relationship? Today's debate statement of the day is single people live for themselves, while attached people live for the relationship. On the affirmative team, we have Leah and Nick, and they argue that being single is better. On the opposition team, we have Thomas and I, and we think that being in a relationship is better. So with that, let's have the other team start. 5 minutes on the clock. I hope you guys are ready. You start.
Let me tell you what I've been doing the past year. Last month, I was in Japan for 5 weeks doing absolutely whatever hell I want. I've been to Kyrgyzstan, I've been to New Zealand, I've been to Mongolia. I could do anything I want at any time. Why? Because I've been single for 10 years. Today, what I eat for lunch? What? Wait, reaction! It's a bit personal attack. You know what I ate for lunch today?
Chicken rice?
No, I ate whatever I wanted. I can do anything I want and whatever I want. Right now, I'm running a business, and I don't think it's possible if I was attached, because there would be no time to think about someone. There would be no time to do what I want, and then she'll be constantly pestering me to spend time with her. Do you know how much a holiday costs in Japan? Let's say it's $5,000.
Okay.
Do you know
what kind of Japan trip are you having? Mine like 1,000 plus, 2,000, okay.
Don't lie. Do you know what it costs if I was attached? $10,000.
Yes!
Times two. No.
I'm writing these points down.
Okay, you're right. Okay, and everything right with times two. Okay, because I would have to care for two people now. There'd be 2 mouths to feed, 2 hands to hold. Everything sucks that way.
2 hands to hold.
Okay,
How do you guys hold hands?
Like this.
Okay, to back him up first, before he goes on his rant, I would like to back up with some statistics. Okay, a research in the Journal of Youth Studies explored the link between psychological well-being and autonomy among young people. So the study found that higher levels of autonomy are associated with better psychological well-being, suggesting the ability to make independent decisions is crucial for mental health. So you're, in general, overall happier because you have higher autonomy. Okay, continue.
Okay. Also, shall we now open and review our bank accounts?
Okay. How much? You say first.
Why? I think you have less, no meh?
No.
As a single person?
No, I don't think so. But have you seen my room? Have you seen how many things I've bought for personal gratification and happiness that I don't think I could do if I was in a relationship? Will someone stop me from buying a $4,000 manga panel of One Piece just to put it in a box?
I guess not.
If I was attached, sure, my partner will definitely say something about it because my mother says something about it. Okay, and how many One Piece toys have I spent? How much money have I spent on One Piece? Is currently at 27,000.
Oh my god! I mean, you can only do that if you're single, right?
Correct.
Exactly.
How many Pokemon you buy?
Maybe like a couple $1,000.
Yeah, when you were single, right?
Yeah,
now when
correct.
you're attached, you got to buy any more
No,
Pokemon?
never buy any,
right?
correct.
You feel sad?
No.
Emotional well-being has gone down. Okay, Leah, take it away with your second point.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, besides the fact that you have more autonomy when you are single, when you are in a relationship, there's a tendency to be over-dependent in relationships as well. So this can actually affect your loss in personal identity, your own interests, and then only surrounding yourself about your partner, right? So oftentimes if people codepend on their partner relationships and make them their priority, they can have a lot of negative impacts. For example, impaired emotional well-being, because for example, if you only exhibit codependent behaviors, there's a lot of low self-esteem as well as a diminished sense of self-worth. This is quoted from mhanational.org. I'm just going to quote all the sites. Oh, wow. They're busy taking selfies. A bit disrespectful. I need to
Couple activity, you won't understand.
Whoa. I'm happy being single and by myself in this argument. Okay. So there's also codependency can also result in one-sided, emotionally destructive or even abusive relationships. So it will eventually make you unhappy. So there are other negative aspects such as increased risk of substance abuse and mental health issues, difficulty in setting boundaries.
Single people are basically more free lah.
Correct.
Okay, we are like Luffy in Joy Boy form. Okay.
And there's too many negative aspects of extreme codependency in a relationship.
Correct.
People will only rely on their partner and they won't rely on themselves, so they lose their sense of self.
In business,
business,
people
okay.
thrive way more because we have actually freedom to network. And that is a proven statistic by National Government Board. Being single gives you more opportunity to network. Being single rocks.
Being single is great. To be honest, it is. I don't. There's no lie in that.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk very fast. She's so intense.
Okay, I did a quick search on the pros of being single, and I'm not going to refute every single clause or explain why being in a relationship offers even more in each situation. Number one, you mentioned personal time when you're single. No, you can have that, and you are supposed to have that when you're in a relationship, especially when you're not living together, just dating. You and your partner are not glued at the hips. Number two, ability to focus on self-improvement. If you possess that ability single, you will possess it when you're in a relationship. In fact, having a partner can make it easier as they can do it with you or keep you accountable. In the opposite direction, if you don't possess that ability when you're single, having a partner can stop you from being delulu, which is better, and they can point out the areas you need to work on. Number three, greater financial freedom. In today's age, with the dink lifestyle, dual income, no kids, no one needs to be financially responsible for anyone but themselves. But in the off chance that let's say you get fired from your job, having a partner actually gives you greater financial freedom because they can support you while you take a break or look for a new job. And if your argument here is, well, what if my partner is the one that loses a job instead? Well, relationships are give and take. Today it might be him, next year it might be you. Are you only interested in a one-sided relationship where you just receive and not give? Next one, strong friendships. I'm a strong believer that your partner is your best friend. And how much stronger can your friendship be if you're in a relationship with them? You've already won. Congrats. Being in a relationship also allows you to meet your partner's friends, and this expands your social circle. Whether or not that friendship is strong boils down to you as an individual. How much effort do you put in that friendship? Are you likable? In fact, it does not depend on your relationship status in this sense. And the more your partner's friends like your partner, the more inclined they are to build a stronger friendship with you. Next, better sleep. Because not having to share a bed can lead to improved sleep quality, according to what you guys might say. Actually, research has shown that cuddling is good for your health. It releases oxytocin, which reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, improves mood, and helps you sleep better. Also boosts your immunity so you don't fall sick easily and can potentially alleviate pain perception. Last point that the website gave me, self-reliance. Again, if you are useless and you have to depend on people around you, you will do it to your friends and family when you're single, and you will do it to your partner when you're attached. This is not dependent on your relationship status. Learn to be self-sufficient in the things you have to be in. Now to the pros of being in a committed, healthy relationship. Lots of sex with no fears of STIs and STDs. What more can you ask for? Or if it's not a lot, at least you don't have to pay for it. You save money. This study was done by Fletcher in 2015 and Coco in 2002. Humans require reliable assistance, support, and protection from others in order to survive. Happened since ancestral human societies have continued till today. We all need someone. And a long-term mating strategy is necessary to help with procreation and nurturing of children. Studies done by Buss in 2016, Youngestad and Simpson in 2000. Okay, go.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah, so I'll take a slightly different approach here and talk about the topic statement that single people live for themselves and couples live for the relationship. I would like to hash out the first argument is that couples can also very much live for themselves and not just for the relationship. So in other words, they don't have to give up self for the sake of a relationship, okay? So firstly, let's look at why you'd want to be in a relationship. So anti-loneliness, okay? Studies have shown, so Gen Zs ages 18 to 22 are the loneliest generation with 79% reporting feelings of loneliness according to a study by Cigna. Millennials at 71% in a survey by YouGov. So according to World Health Organization, there's a strong correlation between loneliness and increased risk of depression, anxiety, and stress. There are also physical concerns, so loneliness can lead to elevated blood pressure, poorer sleep quality, and weakened immune system, according to American Medical Association. Now, the social impact also, lonely individuals may experience decreased social engagement, lower work productivity, and reduced quality of life. Now, this is according to National Institutes of Health.gov. So there are many reasons why being in a relationship is beneficial for yourself. So next, the selfish motivations. How being in a relationship also can also be motivated by selfish reasons, right? Having a pretty wife or partner to show off. CC my rich folks out there. Or having a partner that can help you with parts of life you aren't good at. So for example, what she mentioned. Or just having a sugar mommy. No money, have a sugar mommy. Or having a housewife who takes care of all the tasks at home so that you can do what you want even better. For example, for you like travel, but she's ready at home when you're home, that you don't have to think about all this. She can take care of the house, take care of whatever it is, take care of the dog at home and stuff like that. I'm calling her a housewife. So if you look at her as a maid, maybe you aren't ready for a relationship yet. So look at NBA stars, for example, okay? They are constantly focused in on training to be the maximum versions of themselves. And that would only be possible with being with a partner, with their support. So in a relationship, once again, not giving up oneself. Okay, now number 3 is that relationships should be an extension of yourself, not a compromise. So the saying is that your partner should make yourself a better version of yourself. And so if that's true, it's no longer 2 coming together as 1, and it's not even 1 plus 1. In fact, now it's 1 plus 1 equals 4, right? Because each of you become even more of yourselves. And after finding the right partner, I personally am even more driven and motivated to do certain things better.
Good
Elizabeth
afternoon,
Mariah
everybody.
Moon.
Hold on,
Your
hold on, hold
argument
on.
is
Talk
completely
about
based
why
on
their
the variable
debate
of
is
a
flawed.
human.
All right. So first of all, Nicholas
Hold
talked
on,
about.
hold on. Can I? Okay, because it kind of bleeds on from my point
Okay,
to
go
do the
on. Okay,
rebuttal. So
sure.
let me do that real quick,
Whoa,
right?
whoa, whoa, okay.
So on the point of, you don't have to compromise for the relationships, okay? I myself can go on trips too, with or without my partner, even though I'm in a relationship. You run a business, I run 2 businesses, and I have a partner. And I only started these businesses because I was motivated by my partner to do so. And now I've become a stronger and better version of myself because of the motivations that my partner has given me. You travel and you say it's more expensive to go with a partner. You literally can split your hotel bills, you can split your cab fares, and you can order more food and you all can share amongst yourself. And if you go to countries like Australia or US, the portions are so big that you probably want to split the food to begin with,
That's not
hence saving
true.
costs once again.
Oh yeah, but
So, personal gratification, you can buy. I also can buy. Find yourself a partner that allows you to buy the
Let
stuff
me tell
that
you
you
why
want.
traveling in a couple is way more expensive, okay? Because you have to adjust your lifestyle according to your partner, and this affects you greatly, okay?
I feel like
In
your
what sense?
know
view.
your
In what
partner.
sense?
And
I feel like your view of a relationship is very skewed to things like you cannot be the version of yourself that you want to be.
why?
And I think that's the problem.
Okay, so the point
Why?
on
Exactly,
that, right?
why?
No, the point on that, right, is like just now you mentioned like if you find the right partner, then you're able to do like whatever you want to do, and it
Yeah.
will help each other grow. But the problem is, right, how do you know if you pick the right partner? It's like the quality of the relationship.
Yeah.
So
That is the basis of a lot of your argument that like
Correct. It's a
everything is
positive
variable. Like
relationship.
all your argument on the whatever nonsense reasons, right? Everything is based right on the fact right that your partner is going to be the god tier partner. You know, wow,
Correct.
your financial freedom is
Of course,
partner
we have
quite
to
got
assume
here
that
lah.
we have
in
to
this
have kids.
argument, we are
Better
assuming.
sleep. We want to cuddle with
In
someone.
this
I can get a
argument,
friend with benefit
we are
that cuddle with
assuming
me. I
that
can cuddle
single
with Leah. I can
people
cuddle with
are
Thomas. I can
happy
cuddle with you.
and mentally healthy. And in the same argument, we are assuming that the
I give you
people
that.
who are
That's a good point.
attached
Right?
are also in happy relationships. How can we assume that the people in relationships have bad relationships? Then it completely skewers the entire argument.
Yeah,
We
but-
assume that everyone
Correct,
is
correct.
happy, healthy.
But how
Right,
many
in this
failed
sense.
relationships do you have versus a positive relationship?
I'm gonna pull out a step first, okay? So basically, in the United States, surveys have indicated that a substantial number of individuals in unhappy marriages choose to remain in their relationships. For example, a poll found 6 in 10 individuals are unhappily coupled, but they choose to still remain in the relationship.
But
so,
that has nothing to do with our argument because we're talking about healthy, committed relationships.
because if
right
you're
now.
unhappy,
Yeah,
Of
but-
course, there will be unhappy people. There are also unhappy
Yes.
single people. What?
so if you're unhappy in a relationship, means your relationship is fundamentally not okay. What?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but
that's the
our
point.
argument, the premise of our
So I
argument is
think-
that we're talking about healthy, committed relationships.
But you
I
cannot
mean,
assume that
not-
every relationship.
my
So
point
I
is
understand
that
where you
there's
guys are
many
coming from.
unhappy
Yeah, I
relationships,
understand where you
correct.
guys are coming from.
Yes.
And so to me is if I look at the topic statement again and it says that couples live for the relationships. right? In these cases, I would say that they are most likely happier couples. If you are in a relationship and you are unhappy, you are most likely a couple living for themselves, right? So in these kind of situations, it's like you want to prioritize yourself over compromising for the relationship, right? Which kind of bleeds into, yes, the topic statement might be right. But there are various situations in which we are arguing that you can still be in a relationship and live for yourself and be happy, and both parties can be happy. And in such, probably it takes like an idealistic form of a relationship, but it's also things that you can achieve if you spend enough time being single, learning, and then you enter into the relationship being ready for the relationship. So then when I'm being single, for example, I would not say that I necessarily have to live for myself, because in that moment I can be out there spreading my love to as many people as I want, being there emotionally ready for a lot of people, when I am in a relationship and I have to kind of reserve certain amount of emotions for my partner.
Basically, to
And then
summarize
now,
what you're saying now,
When
right?
I go into a relationship, I've learned from that and I can still be the best version of myself because I'm ready.
So-
I'm a whole person.
So what Thomas is saying, right, is that being single, right, allows him to level up to a point, right, and then after that, when he reach max level, right, then he's ready for a relationship. Then the
Correct.
relationship be good. So, right, basically, right, if you're in a relationship, right, you're comfortable and not like you're not going at all, right? You need to be solid single, right? So being single is better because you can be more solid.
I think actually, okay, there is some right and some wrong. So I can agree with that to like 50%. I think how I would look at it is that you level up to like level 50. But you are kept at level 50 until you go and get a relationship, then you can level to 100.
But on
One-
this premise of games, right, like I every time ask my brother to play game with me, right, then he tell me, oh, cannot, she don't allow. You know, it's like freaking shack. Where is the freedom to game, eh?
So if you are in a relationship and you only prioritize yourself, right, there must be reasons to which why he shouldn't be gaming? Is it because he
Yeah,
has
but
work to
I
be
want
done?
to live my
Is it-
life as like a maximum level I can be, right?
Okay.
And I
And
feel
you can
that
do that
yeah.
single or attached.
Then you need to tell her lah.
Yeah,
You
then
need to tell
so
her.
so
You need to
far
say
you
like,
have
hey,
good
given
lah.
no proof to back
no,
up.
everything that y'all
Okay.
say about being attached, right? I can buy or I can depend on my friends. Like you want me to have a clean house back at home when I'm traveling, bruh.
Great.
Today
I
hire
love
a
that point.
cleaner for $45,
Okay.
like legit.
Okay, then we'll give you other stats. A meta-analysis
Eh.
involving 34 studies with more than 2 million participants found that married people were less likely to suffer from cardiovascular diseases. Another analysis of 15 different studies and more than 800,000 participants found that being married was associated with a reduced risk of dementia than if they were lifelong single. This, I can quote you all the stats if you want later. A study done during the COVID pandemic found that people in a relationship or married experience fewer negative and more positive emotions as well as higher life satisfaction than those who were single. Another study also found that being single was a large risk factor for high levels of depression in men. A single published on the National Library of Medicine showed that there were 82 possible benefits of being in a long-term intimate relationship. 82, almost as high as my IQ. Now, this study also showed that participants indicated having someone to keep me company and do things together was an important benefit of intimate relationship, which goes to support our argument that being single doesn't mean you have to give up your opportunities to explore new hobbies. Actually, being in a relationship tips the scale in your favor because you have a partner to do all these things with you.
No.
Okay,
Have
wait,
you heard of the app
okay,
called Soul
on
Travel,
the-
right? Where you join
Wow,
other
great plug.
like-minded individuals to
Great
travel.
plug, great plug.
Oh
No,
my
I just
God.
want
If
to
you
talk
were
about.
in a relationship, you wouldn't need that app
Okay,
to find someone.
I want to talk about that. What you just mentioned, that
Mm.
in all the things that we've mentioned, you can rely on friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And okay, I like that point because I have one thing to talk about that, which is that there are constants in your life. And friends in most situations are fleeting. They
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
around for now, and then
Correct,
people all have their own plans and own directions. And at some point, they move on. Let's say they have their own kids, you can't hang out with them as much. Someone else has their own plans, they move overseas, you can't hang out. Usually, I would say there are two constants in your life. One is your parents, they are always there for you to kind of like depend on. And the other is actually the partner that you choose to take with through life.
That
right?
is
And having
very,
that,
very wrong.
so having
Because
that
yes,
as your rock at the
rate
end of the day.
divorce has increased dramatically
Actually, it's
because
speaking
more
of divorce,
people
it
have.
says that 25% of marriages in Singapore end in divorce. Just
Yeah,
saying.
but that is because both parties did not make the decision to choose each other through life. lah.
I think
So to
one
me,
of
it's
our,
like your
Okay,
life
but-
partner, right?
so
In this
going-
situation,
Okay,
your
okay.
life partner would be the rock. That at the end of the day, going out there and battling everything outside the world is something that you will come to appreciate and be grateful for.
Okay.
And you only find that out
Can
when
let
you are
Leah
in a
have some screen
relationship,
times,
lah.
legit.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Actually, my point on that is about it is challenging to find a compatible partner. So that is my point on that. So your point is that you find that person, that one person who is a rock, right? What are the chances that you can find that person?
Freaking low. How many failed
It's
relationships you
damn
have?
low.
Mm.
Like
None.
so many failed relationships. Okay, in my past, a lot of failed relationships. Okay, and the problem is that right, basically, a survey conducted by the Social Development Network in 2009 found that about 80% of over 1,500 singles expressed a desire to get married. However, the primary reason cited for delaying marriage was not finding the right one or someone who met my expectations. So the thing is, right, because of this, right, a lot of people end up just getting into relationships out of convenience.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that
Wait,
they just want
how
to be.
how
Now
are
that
you
is a good
deriving
point.
that
It's true.
conclusion?
No,
how are
now,
you?
now I feel like that is a good point because the whole point of like the statement isn't so much about did I find the right person or not. It's that as a whole,
Correct.
are couples there for, let's say, couples who
Yes.
are in the relationship, are they living for the relationship? Is it for convenience or is it actually that?
Okay,
they're living
in,
for
be
themselves?
in general, a point that you guys never brought up was that the system
Yes.
is favorable to couples for real. Okay,
Yes.
especially
Yep.
in Singapore.
Yep.
Correct.
Right? Because every government wants to promote a higher birth rate.
Correct.
Right? So
Which is
yeah,
important.
and because of this
Get
leads to
into-
a lot of people going after systemic advantages in their life and choosing a non-ideal partner that is whatever that you guys want.
Correct.
No, I feel like that's an assumption. We cannot take that.
No,
That
but
is
it's
why
true.
it favors our argument that couples don't just live for the relationship, that they live for selfish reasons as well. Because when you talk
Zealous.
about
Yeah.
when you talk about finances, right? I'm like, yeah, but as a couple, you can go hunt for your BTO. It's damn worth. It's pure money.
Yeah, but,
Pure
but
profits.
at the end of the day, right, this whole
If it's a
argument
bad relationship,
hinges
correct,
on,
on the-
another human being, and a human has so many different variables and facets to their life, their
Correct.
personality, and their habits, right? One person is already very, very complex. 1 + 1 become 1 million.
Okay,
It's
okay.
freaking hard to
Alright,
compare.
So
no.
the point is, right, if you're in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship, it definitely affects the quality of a relationship. It's a bad relationship. So my stat is that according to a study published in the Journal of Family Psychology, found that individuals in high conflict marriages report significantly lower life satisfaction than those who are single. Okay, so basically, like in general, being single has higher life quality and happiness. Okay, then.
Okay, so the current winners are Ellie and Thomas. For the third round, we are going to swap camps. So it will be a 2 versus 2 and the points reset.
Okay. I guess I
go
shall.
first.
Okay, I'll start. Let's talk about the topic statement again first. That single people live for themselves. So, first of all, I think that this statement can be false because the way you live for yourself is eventually also for others. So the discovery of one's self requires singularity. Okay, let's start there first. So before you eventually enter into a relationship that molds you into someone,
Yes.
okay, so let's say very early on, you enter into a relationship without knowing who you are, it will mold you into someone that you're not. You'll feel very conflicted. You'll feel like, well, this is not me. I need to compromise and stuff like that. So it's better to be ready to go into a relationship knowing the exact identity of the kind of person you are. And in that way, you all can then build on each other to become better versions of yourself. So being single for a long period of time is very much a period of self-discovery to prepare you for that someone later.
Okay, but my argument to that, right, is that in order to know what is like and what is good for a relationship, sometimes you have to try and be in relationships first. So that's why a relationship is good in that sense, because you can learn and understand yourself in that relationship, and then in future, let's say you break up or whatever, right? In a future relationship, you can apply all the knowledge that you learned in the past into the new relationship and make it a very fruitful one.
I mean, that works. But
Yeah.
another way is that you just don't get into relationships.
And you won't have the experience. So the first relationship
You don't need
that
to
you get
experience
into,
it
you
firsthand. You can see, you can hear from your friends, you can see how their
Sure.
relationships go. So
Sure.
in this case, it might also be better to be single.
Okay.
And also, let's talk about being in a relationship. What does it lead to in Singapore? Marriage. And marriages are expensive. Who wants to waste that kind of money? And somehow, if you invite your friends to a wedding, they have to pao ang pao. What if they pao too little? Then you get angry with your friends, so you lose friends.
A relationship actually
might suck.
compounds your earning power because of a double income. Okay?
Dual income, no
Yeah,
kids.
Or
Dual
double
income-
the debt.
No, don't even need no kids, but
Yeah,
dual
we-
income,
no
any
kids
any
best.
amount of income, especially at the start of your life, when you're early 20s, right? It's an exponential increase because
Yes.
of the way money works, right? If now I have twice my income,
But you spend
invest-
27K on
that's
One Piece
that's
stuff
because I'm
already.
single.
But if you
Yeah,
wasn't
so-
single, then the 27K can be
Can
like
be
And
used
doubled.
to
that's
buy
under
my
the
house.
assumption that both of you have
You would
jobs.
have had a house already.
Yeah, confirm.
Interesting. Interesting.
Because now I got no responsibility, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
being attached actually gives me a responsibility to someone else.
Right.
And when I have a responsibility, I will be way more tight with my money.
Doesn't that just sound like you're just irresponsible
yeah,
as
yeah,
a
yeah,
person?
I'm irresponsible
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
single.
But the
yeah.
relationship helps him to be
It
responsible.
grounds
Good.
me.
Yeah.
It grounds
So
me.
good.
No, there are
But-
two problems with the argument. First, you're assuming that everybody in a relationship works. What if it's a single income relationship? Then you don't have twice the spending power, but you still have to feed two people.
Yeah,
and
but now
have
we
your-
are assuming
and
it's
also
a
that's
working
assuming that-
relationship.
You
right?
are
Double-
assuming.
And
double
I
You
would
assume.
want a partner that would be working.
That's you.
Yeah,
I would say
I-
that majority of people are working.
yeah.
Yeah. So based on the majority, that's majority of relationships. So that would be
Where's
a
that
small
stat from?
minority.
Yeah, you
Google
You don't
the
have
internet,
that.
because
You haven't
I only
Googled
have
yet.
5
I don't
minutes to
know.
prepare for this
The
argument. Give me a
unemployment rate in
chance.
Singapore is very, very low.
Exactly.
But
Thank
the
you
thing
very
is,
much.
see,
Less
now-
than 3%.
Okay, so
Correct.
if you're going into a relationship, you're making these assumptions.
Yes.
Perhaps this person is working. Perhaps this person earns more. Perhaps
No,
this
when you get
person
into a
earns less.
relationship,
I'm
you
saying
should.
you're
yes.
going into it not knowing who your partner is yet, lah. Right? When you go into it, you don't know what. You don't
on the
100%
dating
know
app,
that
you
this
ask
person.
them first, what, before you get into a relationship.
People
Hello?
Okay,
can
yeah,
lie.
But maybe you like
you
them.
know already break up.
But what if you don't like them for the money, or you really just go into
Okay.
it and you have those kind of checklists? I don't know.
Okay.
So for me, I don't know
Yeah,
who
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
choosing.
I would-
He don't know.
Okay.
He don't know. The point
He
is
don't know. He don't know.
Doesn't matter, but there is still a variable. Okay,
Okay.
whether whatever couple or relationship you're going into it, there's a variable.
Okay.
As a single person, you don't have that variable.
Mm.
You can choose how you want to spend your money. If I don't have a person who wants to live in a big house, I can choose myself to live in a HDB. If my partner doesn't earn that much, now I don't have to settle for a HDB. I can go and serve myself and buy myself a penthouse. You know, I don't need to pay for my wife and kids. I can go and buy my own like Legos for myself, as he would with his One Piece. You see, you can make all those.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be nice if
autonomous
someone
decisions.
buys Lego for you because they love you so much?
Exactly. Oh my god.
Yeah,
okay.
and you have friends and family who
All these
can do
freaking
that for
ghosts.
you. Gifts don't just come from a romantic partner. You have a support system that includes your friends and family.
But then now
Exactly.
you have a relationship, so you have one more support system, even
Correct,
better.
correct, correct.
But this
Yes,
same
and
And
you
this
also-
support system is
is
grounded so much by a ring, wow, and by the system.
the ring bluff one.
Yes, but that also means one other person that you have to buy gifts for. So doesn't
Exactly.
that kind of omit your point?
No, because
When-
I'm finding a bitch with no love language that is
So-
gifts.
So you can find no love language that is gifts, but that only taxes you even more on on emotional sides, because a lot of things in
Something's gotta
relationships
give.
are very conditional, in the sense that if they give you that emotional support, you also need to give them back that emotional support. If it's a friend, you can always ghost them. You
And-
see, there's no
You
there are no
ghost your
strings.
friends.
There are no strings attached one. You can text me and say you're crying, right? I can see it and I'll be like, I playing game, I off silent mode. You can't hold me accountable because you don't even know whether I'm at home or I'm outside or I'm busy. You don't know.
Wow.
But if you're
This is why I don't text Thomas for problems.
but if you're in a
Exactly.
couple, right, you can't run. You can't run. You are held to an expectation that you need to be there for them. So when you're
Okay.
single, you have this freedom
I
of
would
not
just
just
say
finances
in general,
but emotions as well.
You think
Okay.
like a bastard.
Okay, and in a small percentage of the time, right? And the majority of the relationship, you can make the decision to do things together as well, right? It's not only like you don't have to. If you don't want to deal with someone's emotional baggage, don't be in a relationship. So the
Exactly.
So it's better to
being
be
single,
single.
good lah.
No, but the thing is that most people want that ability to have someone to rely on, right? So that's why
Yes.
being in a relationship is important. So you
But
have that
our,
person to
but
back and
our
forth.
argument is no one wants to be that person that has to provide it. For example,
What
once
do
a
you mean?
month,
If-
Why you
what
want
do
to
you
be
mean?
someone that
I'm a
provides?
complete
That's very
bitch.
selfish.
No one should
You
want.
you
no
just
one
now
wants
say
to deal
what?
with my
You just now say you
PMS.
don't want what? You don't want to provide what? Because you
You
want
just
to
now
spend your
say
own money
you
on
just now say
yourself.
the partner very good. You see all the world
just
to
now
you.
say-
Unbreakable bond.
That's
You
right.
just choose the
And
right
maybe-
person. Why you all live
And
together
long-term
forever and ever
investment,
and ever.
long-term
Wow.
investment.
I agree. I still agree.
Yeah.
It's just that here lah, in case for people like you
Yeah.
cannot find, then okay lah, not
She
bad
want to
lah.
take home the
Single
trophy
still
already.
can lah, still can tahan. You see,
Continue.
entering into a relationship,
There
there's so
are
much more
there-
risks. There's a risk
okay.
of what if you're not compatible?
There's a
What
risk of
if y'all
happiness.
get divorced?
I
What
thought
if
you
y'all-
asked
There's
us
a
to not
chance
repeat
of
points.
happiness.
Huh?
There's a
So-
chance of happiness.
I literally said that.
Why don't you take the leap of faith to be happy in the relationship?
Quoting my opponent about 10 minutes ago, the statistics of people who have divorced in Singapore is so high that it's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with them. Being single rocks.
I agree too.
Whoever says being attached, right, is better, right? It's absolute bullshit. Okay? Being single, right, you can enjoy all facets of relationship, right?
You say that,
Just
but why
split
you
up.
like going cry like that?
No, I'm not going to
Why?
cry. I fully
Why are you
enjoy
tearing
being
up?
single. I
Look
love
at his
it
eyes, he's
so
tearing, right?
Yeah. I think he never sleep enough yesterday.
Are you single by choice?
Yes, absolutely.
Just not your choice, lah.
No,
Oh!
it's absolutely not my choice. I have many.
Would you say you're afraid of commitment?
Are we going
I
through
give you
therapy
grief.
right now?
I'm
or-
just curious. I'm just curious. Would you say you're afraid of commitment?
No, because I am. Okay,
Is this
actually,
a therapy
wait, hold
session
on,
now?
hold on.
What's
actually, to
going
bring
on?
up Leah's point, right, when you're looking for the absolute right person, right, I think it's extremely hard. And
Yes.
I date to marry. Okay, if I find the one, is the one. Okay, but if I don't find the one, then it's like
Okay,
yeah,
but the thing
now,
is,
What's
now
right?
yeah,
what
it's
is
like
the
so,
one- who
so
is the one to you?
situational to me. Like to answer that, we have to extend the video. So let's not talk
We
about
got
that.
1
We're not
minute,
getting
seconds.
to me lah, right?
But to the point about like finding the one is so important, but that person will really be like you said, the rock for the rest of your life. Just now, our opponent said 5
Yeah,
minutes
but
ago,
the
right?
fact to find the rock, right, is
Okay, we are on the.
That's why I
No.
feel like for
Excuse me.
someone like him,
I
right?
don't
he
care about
will-
the game
it
right
will
now.
be impossible for him to find the rock because
Oh,
he's
for
so,
him lah, for
yeah,
him lah.
because he's held up that he don't want to give up himself. you
Okay,
see.
so this
He
is the
thinks that-
abnormality for
No,
most normal people.
I don't think so. I actually think
Oh.
this is normal
It's
because you
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
why
the
our point is
current
so
version that you are is the best version that you are
Uh-huh,
right now,
uh-huh.
and you cannot become a better version of
But then
yourself.
if you're in a relationship, you can become a better person.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Yes.
implying.
Yes.
But a single person won't think so. Because in
true.
their view is that in that moment I am the best version of myself and nothing can change me.
That's why
and
in
I
a
shouldn't let
relationship it's better
anything change
because
me.
you can
But
be a
they
better
cannot see
version of
that.
yourself.
But they cannot see
But
that.
that's a
What-
single person's
What your
problem.
partner
The
do for
relationship
you
is
that
better.
make
What?
you better right now? What?
Like
What?
create motivations. Help what she said just now also.
That's because you're
creating-
incredibly
Thank you for arguing
unself-motivated.
on our point. You're arguing for us. Thank you.
yeah, but then you would also have parts where they see the differences that you cannot see, for example,
Why can't friends do that?
because your friends are fleeting.
I believe I chose the right friends. that have been
You're not
around.
his friend, ah.
okay.
You're not his friend, ah,
Nah,
brother.
I am.
Clearly, after this, we're not gonna be friends anymore.
I am. I actually
Okay.
text him all the time on his
But he
IG
don't
stories.
reply lah.
Yeah, no, he
No, I
replied,
reply.
but then he
And I
fight
tell
me.
him, I tell him your opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Because
see?
to me, that's the truth. Only my opinion matters.
So that's why whether
don't know,
he has
this
friends or
topic
not,
become
right?
about
Whether
their
he has
friendship
friends or not
already.
actually
I
doesn't
don't know what
matter
is
because
going on.
the friends cannot support him in that way either.
Okay, so
So
he's
you're
just
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That being single is the best form of person.
The
that
point
you
is
can
he's
be.
just a
Yeah.
problem.
That you agree with this statement lah. That being single is the best version that you can be.
Correct. That's what I truly believe.
Yeah.
Winner of this round is Thomas and Ellie.
Oh my god.
I'd like to thank
Yay.
Beyonce, Jesus,
Okay.
my mom, and Thomas, of course.
Jesus, mom, and Thomas. Yes.
Yeah. All right, thanks, guys. We're gonna wrap it up right now because Nick looks a little bit depressed talking about how single he
I'm not.
is. But
I'm
thank
very
you for
happy.
taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to comment, like,
That's not
subscribe, share it all. Let us know what you want to hear us talking about next, and we'll see you guys next time.
If you're
Bye.
single, you rock.